Hey, before I start this video, I want to point out real quick, this is a Neutron 2C V3 by Thrunite, and there's quite a difference between the original V2 and the V3. But number one, output of the lumens, about 60 more lumens, I think 1100 versus 1040. Farther throw, right around 240 meters of throw. And then the indefinite dimming switch, which I'll show you. It has a battery indicator, comes with a rechargeable battery. They added a strobe mode to it. And it also has the Cree XPL V6 versus the XML2. With that said, let's get rolling. Yeah, I got a Thrunite sitting in front of me here. This is the Thrunite 2C. This is a new flashlight from them. I've reviewed quite a few Thrunite flashlights on my channel. Of course, I'm going to keep doing them with the Thrunites, and this is another one. Before I get into anything, why would a person, I guess, want to pick this light over, say, the multitude of other flashlights on the market? And there's two things that I've found out so far. This is one, what you're looking at is the Thrunite TN12 2014. If you notice, it's smaller form factor. Two, the UI on this user interface is incredible. I think they're doing an incredible job with upgrading and making it easier, better for people to access the options on a flashlight. With that said, this light, see here, quite like all the other Thrunites, but one, you don't have a tail clicky on here anymore. And it does run, well, actually on a multitude of batteries. I think it goes from 2 volts up to 9. So CR123s and 18650s, and I'm sure there's a couple other ones like that in there. You get included with it a 3400 milliamp, and I'm really liking these batteries from Thrunite. Every Thrunite 18650 I have had no issue. And of course, holster and a USB charger, which I'll cover in the typical directions and whatnot, and a lanyard and spare O-ring. Now, when I was saying the USB charger, it does have a port to where you don't have to pull a battery out, and you can charge it with a micro USB or pretty much any phone charger that accepts a micro USB charger. And one thing I've noticed with this thing versus other Thrunites, it comes apart two different ways, or at least a couple different sections. And my guess, if you want to run a smaller section and run a CR123, you got that option. Well, I just discovered that while I was doing a review. Let's try it out. Throw a CR123 in there. Yep. And you can use a single CR123. Pretty neat. Get this back together with the battery in. There we go. So that's pretty cool. Now I want to real quick cover some of the features, the UI, and the different settings it has. If you long press the side switch, you'll get Firefly, which is a half a lumen that'll run for 49 days. And if you double click it, you go right into Turbo, which is 1100 full lumens, and it does a damn good job for how small this light is. And that 1100 lumens will run for 2.2 hours. Now, I haven't run it that long, but I'm sure this thing will get nice and warm. But one thing I did notice with it, got a pretty heavy copper pill in there. So my guess it dissipates heat quite well. And then the next great feature is, like right here is low. Now if you're just, number one, before I forget, you have your blue light for your status on your battery life, which will slowly turn red once it's discharged. When you got it on low, if you were to just start pressing and holding it, that's all the way down. And it'll start brightening up to where it'll flash. That's on high. And that's 650 lumens for 2.7 hours. Now if you're to press it again and hold it, you got an infinitely variable light output to where you could use just the perfect amount of light that you need. And on low, it's going to run for 130 hours for this brightness. Like I said, just hold it wherever you want it. I think that is wicked. It does have memory, so when you turn it off, turn it back on, it'll go back to the last mode. It is IPX8 waterproof standard. What's that down? I think 2 meters or something like that for 30 minutes or a meter. And it will punch out to 240 meters. And we will be testing that out. We'll get some real good beam shot. We'll be comparing it to one light I really liked. Olight S30R baton. This is the 3. We're going to just do a comparison, light output with that versus that. And I'm just throwing this in here for size versus new versus old. Talking with a full 18650 and everything else, you notice how much shorter it is than the old Thrunite TN12. We'll be hitting up on some car headlights and whatnot if you've seen my videos before, up against the lux meter and calculate. So let's get going. All right, we are exactly 4 meters away from my lux meter, and we're gonna put this Thrunite on high turbo, see what she's got, and calculate out the throw. Got a lot of spill too. The thing is, I'd have to say very bright for how small it is. Pretty awesome light. See what it was. All right, we were looking at 791 lux at 4 meters squared. So that'd be times 16. Oops, times 16. Then we're gonna divide that by 0.25, which is the brightness of the moon, and then we're going to want the square root of 50,624. That equals out to 224 meters. Pretty damn good for that skinny little light. Can't believe that. Now for the heck of it, let's do the Olight quick. Okay, there's Olight on the highest setting. That's our 33rd gen. See what she looks like. Well, that was only 406 lumens. About right, 162 meters, so a little bit of difference there. All right, to start it out with, we'll hit that tree at 62 meters away. Here's the Olight S30R on high, and the Thrunite C2 on turbo, 62 meters. We'll move down, 94 meters away. That tree lightened it up very easily. Thrunite C2. And there's the Olight. Give you a good idea how bright that Thrunite is. Now back behind that, there's that wood line upwards of 190 meters away. And I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but I can see it very easily with the flashlight. Another tree right around 90 some meters out. Wood line up there. Gives such a wide beam. Just blows me away. Does a pretty good job. We'll move in a little bit closer here, but I'd say it's good out to a couple 100 meters very easily. Now up closer here, I'm on basically low. We'll start working our way up. I'd say that's a little over medium. That car's probably 25 meters. That's high. Long battery life, very good spill. Then you go to turbo. Excellent job. Of course, you got moonlight, which you can't really see. Back up to high. Let's hit it up against some car headlights. All right, I got my car headlights running on a Nissan Maxima, and them are some HIDs, extremely bright. And here is the Thrunite C2 on turbo. Very good job. Probably out to 25 meters or more. Lights are right up. So there you go. Thrunite Neutron 2C, multitude of battery options, extremely bright for the size, well built, perfect UI. You don't need to buy a charger for it. It comes with a micro USB, very good holster. Getting better and better. There you are. There you go.